Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees and pranams. Thank you for joining in for our Ramayana study session. We are on Aranya Kand, the Leelas of Lord Ram at Pancavati. Beautiful pastimes of Lord Ram, Sita Ram, Lakshman at Panchavati. So let us start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunathan Vidam Dam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरदुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपादमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरि ओं तत्सत् गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining in, dear devotees. Today is a very, very auspicious day. Today is the Tirobhav Tithi of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is the father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is a spiritual master of His divine grace. Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of International Institute of Krishna Consciousness, because of whom we've all assembled today to study the book called Ramayana by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Krishna Dharmadas Prabhu. And we are studying Bhagavatam Monday, Tuesday. We want to start Chaitanya Charitamrita. Everything, and Ekadashis, we are studying Bhagavad Gita. All of this is possible only by the causeless mercy and blessings of His divine grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who was introduced or who was instructed to preach the message of Krishna consciousness by his Guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the son, who is the ray of Vishnu, who was prayed for by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is an ideal grihastha. Right? So we have our indebtedness and gratitude to His divine grace, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Yeah. So he is the father of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he led a very wonderful grihastha life. Right? Everyone in this call is a grihastha. So his life, as we discussed in the Brahma Muhurta session, his life is a testimony of how a spiritual and material life can be balanced, and not just balanced, both of them can be done in such an exemplary way. If only we know how to manage our time, right? Apart from just managing, right? For us, it's difficult just to do our work in the office, come home, cook, take care of the family. That itself is taking our 24 hours. But what Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to do, he used to go to the court, he used to perform his official duty so nicely that they arranged for a separate coach from the office to Bhakti Vinod Thakur's home. right? And it is also said that he used to finish the cases so quickly. He used to not prolong and drag on for years together like it happens now, right? The person also dies, but the court case still goes on, isn't it? So he used to nip out, like he should complete all the cases very fast, and in this way he used to deliver justice so wonderfully well that even the British officers used to praise Bhaktivinoda Thakur, right? They used to loved the way he worked, and they had a lot of respect for Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And on the spiritual side, he used to come home. He used to write books. He used to write Navadvip Mahatmya. There's a very beautiful book written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and so many Vaishnava songs. Manasa Deho Geho Joki Chumor. That's a very favorite song of mine because it talks about the essence of bhakti. Right? Whatever we have, whatever our mind, our body, our words, we want to offer it to Nanda Kishore, to Lord Sri Krishna. And today is also the Thiruvatudi of Gadadhar Pandit. So very auspicious. Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani herself, right? And in this way, we can pray at the lotus feet of Gadadhar Pandit and Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur as we start our Ramayana session. That may our only desire to either study Ramayana, study Bhagavatam, study Bhagavad Gita, study Chaitanya Charitamrita, engage in devotional service. May the only motive of doing all of these things be to serve, satisfy, and please Guru and Gauranga. So on that note, let's quickly go on to Ramayana. Last week when we had completed Ramayana, we had completed until the section of Aranya where Kara and Dushana were being killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kara Dushana Mukha Sudakaram. Right? So there only we ended. So let us continue how Lord Ram is fighting with Kara and Dushana, and then what happens later on in their pastimes at Pancavati. Okay. So I have shared my screen. Okay, Shobha Mataji, please go ahead. Rama became more and more furious. So this is talking about the fight between Lord Ram and Kara and Dushana. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Haribol Dandot Pranam Mataji. Jai Shri Ram.
Oh, one second,
Rama
one second,
became.
Mataji. Something audio is problem. One second, hold on. Let me check.
Mataji, this comes under chapter 6, huh?
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Yes, Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam.
Let's see if
The
it is
gold
audible.
ensign.
Hari bol. Am I
I should
audible
start.
first and foremost?
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Shobha Mataji, can you read?
Yes, yes.
Oh, you're
Can
reading?
you hear me?
Oh my God. Okay.
No, I haven't started. Am I audible to you, Mataji?
Yeah. Oh, ask. Can you read, Mataji?
Am I audible, Mataji? Haribol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. To the
Mataji, one
others, am I
second.
audible?
I don't know what is
Okay.
with this speaker. Let's try once more. Otherwise, I'll log in from the mobile. Let's try this for a second. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please read. Let's see what's happening.
Haribol. Mataji,
Yes.
am I audible to you? Yeah. Jai
Thank
Shri
you.
Ram. Rama became more and more furious, grasping his bow tightly. He fired 6 carefully aimed arrows. One struck the demon in the head, 2 in his arms, and 3 in his chest. Rama then shot 13 more shafts as they were one. With one he cut the chariot yoke, with four he killed the horses, with six he cut off the head of the Kara's charioteer. The next four arrows shattered the chariot. The 12th cut Kara's bow, and the 13th pierced his deeply in the chest. All this happened in a matter of seconds. Screamingly in fury, Kara leaped clearly off his smashed chariot, and he stood on the ground, mace in hand. Collected together in the sky, the gods of Rishis applauded Rama, encouraging him to quickly slay Kara. Rama then said to the Rakshasas, "You have pursued a ruthless and wicked course. O Rakshasa, with your vast army, you have inflicted pain on all created beings. Only those who are sinful and hard hearted perpetrated such acts. Therefore, you deserve to die at the hands of all beings, even as a venomous serpent should be killed." Even though challenging the Rakshasa, Rama felt no malice towards the demon. As a result, he saw it as his duty to punish the wicked, to correct them, like a father correcting an irate son. He apprised Kara of his sin even as he meted out his punishment. He continued to castigate the Rakshasas in a booming voice that echoed throughout the forest. One who continuously commits sinful acts soon sees the terrible results. O night ranger, just as a man who eats poisoned food soon dies, so one who performs sinful acts is quickly dragged down by his sins. If I am here to punish sinners like you, O Kara, pierce through my bow by my bow arrows, you will today follow the path of those ascetic who you have killed. Fight to the best of your ability. I will strike down your head like a ripe fruit. Kara laughed. He was impervious to any good instructions. Besides himself, with anger, the demon rode back, having killed only ordinary Rakshasas. O human, why are you vainly ranting? Those who are truly brave speak nothing of their valor, only the vulgar brag as you are doing. O disgrace to the royal class, just as brass taken for gold reveals its baseness when placed in fire. So you have shown your baseness now that the hour of your death has arrived. Kara raised his heavy mace. Obviously, you do not see me standing here, wielded my mace and holding the earth with her heavy loads of mountains in balance. He bellowed, "I am capable of killing you along with all the creatures in the three worlds, but enough talk. You have killed 14,000 Rakshasas. Now I shall wipe away the relatives here by slaying you." Kara whirled the mace and released it from Rama's restriction. As it coursed swiftly through the air, it shot out searing flames with burned the surrounding trees to ashes. With 12 steel-tipped arrows, Rama shattered Kara's mace to pieces. It fell to the ground like an angry serpent checked by mantras. Rama laughed at Kara. "Is that your best effort, O will demon? It seems you are bold only in speech. Even as Garuda snatched nectar from the gods, so I shall snatch away your life. The earth will drink deeply your foaming blood. With your head severed, you will lie closely embrace the earth, like a man embracing his lover." Rama continued to taunt Khara, reminding him to the many sages he has killed. Closely watching the demon all the time, Rama said, "When you are laid low by me in protracted slumber, this forest will again become a happy abode for aesthetics. Your wives and kinsmen were grieving today, so do the kinsmen of those who have slain. Try again if you will, for your death in near." Kara's anger was again incited by Rama's word. He foamed at the mouth, looking around for another weapon to scream. He screamed, "Your mad talk is born of vanity alone. It is said that at the moment of death one cannot discern right from wrong. I see this to be true. Evidently, your mind is thrown into confusion as your death approaches." Kara saw a large tree nearby. He tore it from the earth and hurled it at Rama, exclaiming, "You are killed." Rama was unmoved. He met the fast flying tree with a volley of arrow. He fell in splinter and shower of leaves. Determining to kill the Rakshasas at once, Rama became violently angry. He was covered in perspiration, and his face shone brightly. He pierced Kara with the thousands of arrows. Torrents of foaming blood ran from the demon's wounds like rivulets running down a mountainside. Kara was maddened and ran furiously at Rama. Taking a few steps backward, Rama took out the shaft resembling Yamaraja's mace. He placed it on his bow and imbues it with the celestial force of Indra's thunderbolt. When the Rakshasas was almost upon him, Rama released the arrow. When the Rakshasa was almost upon him, Rama released the arrow. It struck Kara's full on the breast with a sound like thunder. The demon fell to the ground, huge burning hole in his chest. As Kara fell dead, the Charanas sounded their celestial drums as a shower of flowers fell upon Rama, while the gods applauded, saying, "These violent Rakshasas, unslayable by any others, have been slain by Rama in less than 2 hours. His resolve and power exactly resembles that of Vishnu, the sage Agastya,
Right.
standing in the
Thank you.
sky
Thank
at
you.
the head of Haribol."
Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Kanad Pranam. Okay, so 2 3 lessons we can learn from this pastime. Very vividly, dramatically described by His Grace Krishna Dharmadas Prabhu. So one is whatever actions we do, we will definitely incur reactions for it, whether it is a pious action or whether it is a sinful action, right? So here we find that both Kara and Dushana, they were thinking themselves invincible because they have done so much of um, what do you call inconvenience, right, to all the sages who have performed austerities in this forest and have always been successful. They think that their success streak will continue, right? So the second lesson is the windmills of God may strike slow but sure, right? If somebody is continuously successful doing wrong things one after another does not mean that the laws of karma are not working, right? It only means the laws of karma are so intricate, so we don't know when we will get punished for our wrongdoings, right? And just because we are not getting punished, if we continue to do our wrongdoings, we will get more and more sinful reactions, right? And third is empty vessels make the most noise, right? We see here Kara and Dushana, they are just talking about their own exploits until now, what all they have done, whom all they've killed, this, that, etc. Right? And he is telling Lord Ram, right? You don't talk about, you have only encountered human beings in your life, right? Whomever you have defeated, they are all human beings, right? How would you be able to kill demons, right? Powerful demons like us, like that. So Prabhupada gives example of how, frogs croak. And what do? When the frogs croak, they invite snakes to come and devour them, right? So similarly, when we talk, right, empty vessels also make the most noise. They say, like normal English also, they say that, right? That those who are practicing bhakti, they don't open their mouth and tell, I am such a wonderful devotee, I am doing this, I am doing that. So persons who are doing this, they don't please Guru and Gauranga. So even if they may be very strong in their austerity levels, right? They may be doing Nirjala Ekadashi, they may be doing this and that, right? But the moment we glorify, or the person glorifies himself or herself, that means that the austerity to that particular person is not pleasing to the Lord. And if something is not pleasing to the Lord, then a devotee does not want it, because by all manasa deho geho jo kich more, what is it that we want to do? We want to offer it at the lotus feet of Nanda Kishore, because and we want to offer those things in a way that's pleasing, right, to Krishna, right? We are thinking of Vidura, right? Vidurani was offering chilka, that means a banana peel to Lord Shri Krishna, and carefully removing the peel, throwing the banana and offering the peel to Lord Krishna, and Krishna is happily accepting the peel, right? Whereas Duryodhana was had arranged, right? Duryodhana gar nahi kayo, right? What is that? He was offering a very nice feast, so many wonderful delicious items cooked, but Krishna did not even go to his place. Why? Because Krishna is Bhavagrihi. Krishna wants to understand the love in the heart of the devotee. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So Krishna is only looking for the love. Krishna is not looking for opulence. Krishna is not looking for variety, right? Because Krishna is served by millions and millions of Lakshmi. Lakshmi sahasrata sambrama sevyamanam. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamham Bhajam. He is the Supreme Lord. He is worshipped by millions and millions of Lakshmis. So he is not enamored, or he is not impressed by our show of strength, like the Kara and Dushana are showing their strength, right? Krishna is not, or Lord Ram or Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, they are not impressed by our ability to speak well, by our ability to sing well, by our ability to perform austerities, by our ability of being able to be very strong in our material dealings, etc. These don't please Krishna, because the Lord is the unlimited source of all these things. What pleases Krishna is unmotivated and uninterrupted love and devotion unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So in this way, a couple of lessons we can learn. Right? So our display of power will not please Krishna. Whatever reactions have to come of our positive or negative things will definitely come, whether even if it may be slow, but it is sure to come. Right? And finally, we should understand that whatever strength, abilities we may possess, it is mama tejo amsha sambhava. Krishna says, whatever wonderful things you find in this material world, understand that to be a spark of my splendor. So the moment we become proud of our strength, right, then punar mushiko bhava, right? We've discussed that story. I'll not go into it. Right? Punar mushiko bhava. That means we are rats, but by the causeless mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we become powerful like lion. We are able to preach. We are able to do Herculean task in service of Guru and Gauranga. But the moment we feel pride, the moment there is false ego in our head, then there is no humility in the heart. Then what happens? We'll become punar mushiko bhava. We'll become rats again. Right? It's just a matter of time when we'll become rats again. So whatever services we are able to do, we should be grateful for the opportunity and render it in a way that's giving pleasure to Guru and Gauranga. Okay, Karpagavalli Mataji, you can please continue. Just 2 paragraphs are there in this chapter, and then we will go on to how Ravana is now going to get attracted to Mother Sita and what are his exploits that we will
Yes,
study in
Mataji.
this
Thank you,
chapter.
Mataji. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, go ahead. The sage Agastya.
The sage Agastya. Mataji, I cannot see anything.
Huh? You cannot see the screen?
No, I cannot see the screen.
Deval Mataji, can you see the screen?
Now I can see. Now I can see, Mataji. Now I can see.
Okay.
The sage
Okay,
Agastya, standing in the sky at the head of a large group of rishis, also spoke to Rama at Indra's prompting and for this very purpose of killing the Rakshasas. Sarabanga had you sent here. The rishis will now again inhabit this region and to practice their austerities. Lakshman then came out of the cave where he had hidden Sita. Along with the gods and the sages, he praised Rama's achievements. Sita ran to her husband and embraced him tightly. She ran her cool hands over his many wounds, crying tears of joy to see him victorious over the Rakshasas. As night fell, thousands of carnivorous animals and birds descended on the battlefield. Rama and Sita retired to their hut and Lakshman sat nearby, keeping a lonely vigil. Chapter 8 shall continue.
Yes.
Mataji. Chapter 8 Ravana's lust is incited. There was one Rakshasa named Ankampana who escaped from Rama. After seeing all his companions killed, Ankampana fled to Lanka to inform Ravana of the news. Going before the Lord of the Rakshasas, who was a source of all created beings and who took pleasure in giving pain to others, Ankampana fell at his feet and said, "O great king, your entire army which was stationed in the Janasthana forest is now no more. Even the mighty Kara and Dushna are dead. Only I have somehow survived." Ravana shook with anger when he heard this news. He gazed with strained heads at the disabled and fearful Rakshasa lying at his feet. The demon king rose up quickly from his golden throne. He was pitiless and rough, and he felt no compassion for the trembling Akampana. As he spoke, he appeared about to consume Akampana in his rage, who with his life all but ended this responsible for this rash act. He demanded, "O weak Rakshasa, what fool would dare antagonize Ravana? Even Indra, Kuvera, or the great Yamaraja would not be safe if they offended me. I can burn fire and kill even death himself." Under the protection of Brahma's born Ravana had become utterly conceited and arrogant. He considered himself unconquerable. Even the principal gods had been forced to retreat in battle against him. None of them could contradict Brahma's order. They would therefore not kill Ravana, even if capable. He had thus ranged the universe, creating havoc and fearing nothing. He grabbed hold of Akampana. "Tell me the name of the wicked wretch who has slain my followers. You need not fear, and for whoever it is will certainly die at my hands today. Akampana was reassured by Ravana's word. At least the demon king was not going to vent his anger on him. He replied, it was a man who carried out this astonishing feat of killing the Rakshasa army. He is a son of Dasratha named Rama, tall and powerfully built. The prince possesses matchless strength. He alone annihilated the entire host of Rakshasas. Ravana listened in disbelief. How was it possible? One Rakshasa against a large number of men was easy to believe, but a single man killing 14,000 Rakshasas was incredible. Ravana hissed like an angry snake. Was this Rama accompanied by Indra and all other gods? Seeing Ravana's incredulity, Akampana went on describing Rama's power. It is difficult to even look upon Rama as he stands on the battlefield. His golden winged arrows fall in thousands with the force of a tempest. He had mastered the celestial weapons and looks like death incarnate while fighting. Whichever way the Rakshasas ran, stricken with fear, they saw Rama standing in their front. No gods assisted him. O great one, he alone devastated your army. Ravana's not derisively. He would not be humiliated by a mere man. He thought of his own power. Thousands of years ago, he had gone to the Himalayas, intent to perform austerities in order to gain unmatched material opulence. It was then that he approached Brahma. Surviving on air alone, he took only one breath a day. While he failed after a long time to propagate Brahma, he began to sacrifice. He cut off his 20 arms one by one and offered them into the fire to please Brahma. When Brahma still did not appear, the demon began to cut off each one of his 10 heads and place them in the fire. At last, Brahma appeared before him. Ravana then secured his boon, which he now recalled. He had not asked for for immunity to humans, but how could any human even look at him, never mind fight with him? Even the gods fled with fear when he mounted his chariot for battle. This Rama sounded most unusual, but nevertheless Ravana was proud of his hard-won strength and felt sure that he would kill Ravana without difficulty. Standing with his back to Akampana, he said, I shall go immediately and finish this Rama. Akampana was intelligent. He had already realized Rama's irresistible strength when he saw him fighting. The Rakshasa had stood back from the fight and made his escape. He considered that Ravana's chances of defeating Rama was slight. Therefore, he advised his king, when Rama was enraged, he cannot be tamed by any warrior. In my opinion, he could, by force of his arrows, tear down very heavens with the sun, moon, constellations. He would stem the current of flooded river or break down the shores of an ocean and deluge the entire world. With his arrows, Rama could lift the earth itself. Indeed, that illustrious man could dissolve all the worlds and then create them again. Ramana turned and looked pensively at Kampana. Clearly, Rama was no ordinary man. Kampana was himself a powerful commander of the Rakshasa forces. He knew how to estimate the strength of the enemy. The Rakshasa king listened carefully as Akampana continued. I do not think that you will be able to defeat Rama in battle any more than a sinful man can attain the regions of heaven. However, there is a way by which you can probably overcome him. Listen as I tell you. Ravana sat on his throne and leaned forward attentively as Akampana went on. Rama has come to the forest with his wife Sita. I have heard she is more beautiful than any goddess, female Gandharva or Apsara. From all accounts, she is stunning jewel among the women who cannot be compared to any other. Surely she is dearer to Rama than his own life. As he has brought her with him even to the lonely forest, hoping by means of some trick kidnap Sita. Rama will be overcome by grief and either die or be weakened enough for you to defeat him. Ramana pondered
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, this demon is already fearing his own life, right? As he comes and gives the information, to Ravana about Kara, Dushana and all of the Rakshasas had been killed. Right? So for a minute he thought that his own life would be taken away by the Rakshasa, the Ravana. But then Ravana wanted to know the strength of Lord Ram, right? And he himself, and Prabhu actually explains here very beautifully how Ravana is almost indispensable. He cannot die because he's taken immunity against all, whether Gandharvas or other Rakshasas or the denizens of the heavenly planets or even the Siddhas and all of those yogic people, right? And he had got immunity from not being killed from anybody other than human beings, because he thought human beings are too low a level for him to even seek immunity from, right? And whenever the demons think they're very intelligent, they leave out something, then the Lord Vishnu actually takes that particular form, right? When Hiranyakashipu wanted a death which should not be in air, water, which should not be inside the house, outside the house, which should not be made by any weapon, nor in the earth, nor in the air, nor in the waters, etc. Right? Narsingadev appeared, right, with using his nails. He killed Hiranyakashipu during Sandhya Kal, which was neither day nor night nor afternoon, right? And he killed at the doorstep, which is neither inside the house nor outside the house. So like that, all of the benedictions given by Brahma were met by Lord Narsingha as he killed Hiranyakashipu. Similarly, the Lord has now incarnated in the form of a human being, because that is the only benediction that Ravana had not sought, to have become immune to being killed by anybody. So in this way, the Lord has incarnated as Ram to typically kill Ravan. Right. So in this case itself, if Ravan had directly gone and to fight with Lord Ram, that would have been at least Kshatriya Dharma, right? That okay, I want to overpower and kill this Ram because he's killed many of my team, right? So that would have been at least some kind of Kshatriya attitude. But what did he do? Because he was situated or surrounded by these people who are all giving him wrong gyan, right? Asat Sangha. Right? If you don't tyaga asat sangha, then we saw in the, how Kaikeyi was influenced by mantra. So now Ravana, although, Ravana is very learned, he's a Brahmana, right? He knows the entire Shastras and everything, but because of wrong association, he goes and he becomes, of course, he's always lusty, like we saw in the beginning also, Vedavati and all those pastimes, right? So he incited this lusty attitude of Ravan, this particular demon, right? Akampana, right? His name is Akampana, right? Akampana, he somehow escaped because after seeing all of this Rakshasa getting killed, he ran and to give an update to Ravan. And looking and hearing Akampana's suggestion, his lust, which was there in his heart, is automatically coming up, right? So that is the influence of bad association, right? Already we have bad things in our heart, and we don't want to surround ourselves with people who will bring out our negative qualities, who will bring out our lust, anger, greed, pride, and illusion. Rather, we want to be in satsanga, where our demonic qualities are extinguished and are displaced by the qualities of titikshva, karunika, etc., right? By the qualities of tolerance, humility, right? We want to do away with all the negative qualities that are there in our heart, right? But if we get into bad sangha, bad association, then the lusty attitude of Ravana is now being brought up by Akampana, and he is all the more willing now to go and not just defeat Lord Ram, but also he wants to enjoy his wife Sita. So in this way, lust, kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhava, mahashuno mahapapna, vidyena miha vairinam. These are the three gates to hell: lust, anger, and greed. So what is a bija? What is a seed? The seed is kama, and that is what has been fired by Akampana in the heart of Ravan. And therefore, the destruction of Ravan begins here, when he wants to enjoy Mother Sita, who is Lord Ram's wife, like that. Okay, so let's move ahead. Deval Mataji, go ahead. Ravana pondered Akampana's suggestion from there.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Namaskar. Ravana pondered Akampana's suggestion. He liked the idea. Thanking Akampana, he decided to go the next day to find Sita. He first needed to seek the help of Maricha, the son of Tataka, who was well known for his magical powers. Ravana mounted his chariot, which shone like the sun and was drawn by great mules with the heads of vines. As he sat in his golden chariot, which had a white canopy spread over it, he was fanned by attractive maidens. His strongly built body was the color of glossy black gems. With his 10 heads and 20 arms, he resembled a 10-peaked mountain. As his chariot rose up to the sky, he cast his splendor like a thundercloud with flashes of lightning. The mighty Rakshasa moved swiftly ahead, surveying the scene below. Heading north towards the Himalayas, he saw beneath him the beautiful coastline. It was crowded with hermitages and graced with numerous woods and lakes filled with lotuses. Many siddhas, charanas, gandharvas, and other divine beings sported in great joy in and around those lakes. Thousands of apsaras danced and played with the gods. Ravana saw in the sky wonderful aerial cars like white mansions adorned with celestial garlands and carrying the residents of heaven. From the cars came the sounds of delightful music, which enlivened the heart and mind. Passing over great forests, Ravana came at last to the northern mountains. There he found Maricha's hermitage. Defeated and punished by Ram, Maricha had retired to the forest and dedicated himself to the practice of penance. He looked up in surprise as Ravana's chariot descended from the sky. Maricha rose up quickly and greeted the overlord of all the Rakshasas. Welcome, great king, he said reverentially. I hope everything is well in Lanka. What has brought you to this lonely forest inhabited only by ascetics? Maricha offered Ravana celestial foods unknown to humans. He sat him on a mat of kusha grass and served him personally. Ravana only looked at the food and said to Maricha, my entire army of Rakshasas led by the powerful Khara has been destroyed by Rama, a son of King Dashrata, contending single-handedly and on foot. I am here to seek your assistance in abducting Rama's wife Sita. By this means only will I be able to overpower Rama.
Offer
Maricha stood up.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Maricha, yes. Maricha stood up with a start. By what enemy in the guise of a friend have you been tendered this advice? He asked in horror. Who have you offended so that they should suggest that you kidnap Rama's wife? That person clearly seeks to rid the world of the Rakshasas. Lord, using you as his tool, he desires to extract a fang from the jaws of a serpent. Who is it, O king, who has dealt you a powerful blow on the head, even as you slept peacefully? Maricha paced up and down, shaking his head. He had already been convinced of Rama's incomparable power. Hearing that he alone had killed Khara and his army only confirmed it all the more. He trembled as he continued to speak. O Ravana, you should not even think of staring at Rama. That lion among men, whose sharp teeth are his numberless arrows, easily kills small animals in the form of Rakshasas killed in battle. Do not hurl yourself in the vast and dreadful ocean of the angry Ram, whose arms are its alligators and whose weapons are its tossing waves. Remain peacefully in Lanka, enjoying with your wives, and allow Rama to sport in the woods with his wife Sita. Maricha spoke passionately. He continued to argue against the wisdom of Ravana's antagonizing Rama. Ravana listened thoughtfully. He again recalled his omission to ask Brahma for invincibility against humans. The Rakshasa king asked Maricha why he considered Ram so powerful. Telling him about the incident of Vishwamitra's sacrifice, Maricha replied, I was reaching the earth, my body appearing like a mountain with a huge iron club in my hand. My might exceeded that of 1,000 elephants. I would roam about in the forest eating the flesh of rishis. Considering me more powerful than even the gods, the sage Vishwamitra sought only Rama as his protector. Rama was a mere boy at that time. When I saw him in Vishwamitra's hermitage, I disregarded him, thinking him to be simply a child. However, with a single arrow, Rama hit and threw me 800 miles into the ocean, and he slaughtered all of my powerful companions. Maricha told Ravana how he returned to the forest again. He assumed the form of a Sharabha, a fierce 8-legged carnivorous beast capable of killing even lions. In that form, accompanied by 2 other Rakshasas in similar forms, he continued to terrorize the rishis. One day, he again came across Rama seated in his hermitage. Rakshasas in the form of Sharabhas rushed at Rama, remembering their previous enmity. In an instant, Rama had lifted the strung and strung his bow, releasing 3 gold-tipped arrows which sped like thunderbolts. Maricha's 2 companions were killed outright. Maricha himself had dodged the arrows and retreated in fear. He then decided to abandon his life of antagonizing rishis and retire to the mountains. Concluding his speech, Maricha said, my fear of Rama has made me adopt this life of asceticism. Indeed, I live in continuous dread of that prince. In every tree I see Rama, clad in barks and wielding his bow, looking like death personified, standing with noose in hand. I actually see thousands of Ramas all around me. Indeed, this whole forest appears to have turned into Rama. I see everywhere, even in dreams and meditations. If someone speaks out a word beginning with R, I shake with terror. O king, under no circumstances shall I be convinced to again stand before Rama. Ravana sat
Hare
silently
Krishna.
after
Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you,
Hare
Dhanutama.
Krishna. Dandavat pranam. Okay, so this is awesome. Why Ravana actually chose Maricha to disguise as a deer, and to kind of make Sita get attracted to the deer, and Sita wants a deer. Sita asks Rama to go and get the deer, and Rama goes to get the deer, and then Maricha in the form of deer shouts, Rama, Lakshmana, help, help, help. And he gets shot by Ram's arrow, and he dies. And meanwhile, Sita is thinking something has happened to, Lakshmana, protect me, like that. The deer shouts and then dies. And then Sita Devi, who's here, back here, under the protection of Lakshmana, is now thinking that something has happened to Lord Ram, right? Because why would he shout Lakshmana? Like that. While Lakshmana is very confident that nothing can happen to Lord Ram, right? And in Valmiki Ramayana, it is also explained that Sita Devi actually tells some words of which is causing great pain to Lakshmana because of her love and care for Lord Ram. And Lakshmana also understands that Mother Sita is speaking such words, asking him to go and check what has happened to Lord Ram. Although Lakshmana is very convinced, and Sita Devi herself is convinced that nothing can harm Lord Ram, but because of the overwhelming love and devotion towards Lord Ram, Sita Devi is speaking some words to Lakshmana, which makes Lakshmana go in search of Ram. And that is when Ravana, who comes disguised as a Brahmana and actually kidnaps Sita. Actually, not the Sita, actual Sita, but because of the Agni that was there around, which was given as a protection by Lakshmana. When Sita Devi crossed that, the actual Sita was taken over by Agni Deva, and the Maya Sita was actually abducted by Ravana. So the entire pastime, why was this Maricha chosen as a deer to be attracted by Sita Devi? Right? The answer is given here very beautifully, that from the time that the arrow of Lord Ram threw him to so many miles, and he had turned into a life of becoming an ascetic. Ascetic means engaging in tapasya, and wherever he was seeing, he was thinking of Lord Ram. Right? You also remember Kamsa. Right? Kamsa was also thinking of Lord Ram. When Lord Ram when Krishna will come and kill me, when the 8th child will be born, when that 8th child Krishna will come and kill me. So like that, Kamsa also was not favorably disposed. But yet, Krishna came and killed Kamsa because he was always thinking of Krishna. And Kamsa also got liberated. Like that, we see here. And of course, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, Kamsa and Shishupal and Dantavakra, and Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? These three generations of demons were the same Jaya and Vijaya, right? So in that way, we see here that why Maricha got the opportunity to be killed by Lord Ram is because he had become an ascetic and he was always thinking of Lord Ram, right? It is not by chance that it was not Ravana's decision. Right? Everything happens by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And the Lord Ram wanted to give his benediction to Maricha. And that's why Ravana also thought of Maricha to become that deer and ultimately be killed by Lord Ram. Right? And in this way, even in, and one more reason the Acharyas explain here, that now Ravana, he was not willing to fight. He was actually giving counsel to Ravana that you should not be going and meeting Lord Ram also. You just enjoy here. You have this Lanka, you have everything working for you. So don't even go. But then Ravana was too keen because his lust had been incited. Right? And what does he do? He actually tells Maricha that if you don't go and become go as a deer and be a part of my plan, I'm going to kill you. And Maricha is thinking, to be killed by Ravana is such a dirty death. So he thinks that at least if I'm killed by Lord Ram, I'll get liberation. So that is why, although he does not want to become a part of the plan of Ravana, because he thought it was better to be killed by Rama than by Ravana, he actually undertook this task. And to get the audience of Lord Ram, to take the darshan of Lord Ram, and to be killed by Lord Ram, that in itself is a great benediction. That's how Maricha actually agreed to go in the form of deer, attract Mother Sita, and then we know the pastime, how it follows. Yeah. So anyone else? I saw Subbarao Prabhu's hand up. Would you like to read, Prabhu? The last section we'll complete in like 4 or 5 minutes. Would you like to read, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Shall
Go
I
ahead.
read, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
From
Ravana
where,
sat
Mataji?
silently.
From where? Yes.
Ravana sat
Ravana
silently.
sat silently after Maricha stopped speaking. Out of pride, the Rakshasa king still felt capable of dealing with Rama. He was not going to be afraid of a mere human. However, seeing Maricha's reluctance to assist him, he decided to return to Lanka and await another opportunity. He felt sure that his path would soon cross with Rama. Soon after he arrived back at Lanka, Shurpanaka visited him as he sat up his seven-storied palace surrounded by his ministers. His sister came and fell at his feet, wailing piteously. She rolled about on the ground. She looked up at Ravana, who sat on his golden throne, glowing like a fire fed with abundant fuel. His huge blackish body was covered by celestial robes adorned with the jeweled ornaments taken from the gods. His 20 arms, which could arrest the movement of the planets, looked like great tree trunk, and they were marked by scars made by Indra's thunderbolt and the other weapons of the gods. He stared down at Shurpanaka with his 20 reddish eyes. Ravana told his sister to get up and ask her why she was lamenting. And Shurpanaka, displaying her mutilated face, answered him harshly, "Do you not see my disfigured face? What kind of protector are you working? I am a helpless woman and your sister, but I have been humiliated at the hands of a man. Do you not care for this, O powerful Rakshasa?" The Rakshasi shook that with fear and anger as she continued to address the demon king. Everyone divides a monarch who is licentious and overly attached to sensual enjoyment. Such a king who fails to properly attend to its state of affairs is soon ruined. O Ravana, are you not aware that you are losing control of your territories, having formed enmity with the gods and the Brahmins? How can you expect to rest here in peace, enjoying the pleasures of life? You are childish and without any intelligence. You do not know what should be done and will therefore lose your kingdom before long. Hearing such a scaring rebuke in the midst of his ministers enraged Ravana, short-tempered and intolerant, he replied angrily, "Tell me who has attacked you, wretched woman. Why are you afraid?" Surpanaka told Ravana that he had happened after Ravana's curiosity about Rama. Ravana, short-tempered and intolerant, he replied angrily, "Tell me who has attacked you, wretched woman. Why are you afraid?" Shurpanaka told Ravana what had happened. She also described him Rama's annihilation of the Rakshasas exactly as Ravana had already heard it from Akampana. Ravana's curiosity about Rama was aroused. He said, "Tell me more about Rama. Why is he living in the forest? What is his strength and weakness? How has he overpowered the unassailable Khara, Dushana, and Trishya?"
Hare Krishna.
After
Thank you,
calling
Prabhu.
Hare.
Hari Bol, Danat Pranam. So here, okay, that part of the pastime where Maricha says, a good counsel prevails on him, right? So that is the importance of sadhu sangha. So at least he decides that, okay, fine, I don't have immunity against human beings. So let me go. Let me go back. And then he comes to Lanka again. Gets surrounded by bad association. Shurpanaka is again telling him, the episode of how her nose has been cut and she was humiliated. And now again Ravana's anger, his lust again will come up and will take the better of him, and all the good counsel by Maricha also will go in vain. And in this way again we will see here that I'll continue this study tomorrow. Again, we will see how Ravana will now be determined to meet Ram, and then again he will go to Maricha and ask him to become the deer. So like that we will continue our study of Ramayana tomorrow. रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम, सीताराम जय सीताराम, सीताराम जय सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण शत्रुघ्न हनुमान जी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्री रामायण की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for joining in for our Ramayana session. We'll continue this tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Now we will see how Shurpanakha influences Ravana to take the wrong decisions, and then we'll continue forward from there. And of course, we'll meet tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. for our Shikshashtakam prayers, followed by chanting during Brahma Muhurta time for the exclusive pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्री रामायण की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। So let's see who are all there. Chitra Krishna Sevini Mataji. You can all switch on your cameras. So Shobha Mataji is there. Archana Shri Radha Mataji, Subbarao Prabhu, Karpavalli Mataji, Deval Mataji, Rajeshwari Rajiv Mataji, Nagavani Mataji. Okay, none of you all want to switch on your cameras. Okay, I believe you're all busy. All right, thank you very much for joining in. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि।